Ethan.
Hey?
What we just pick up?
That's 110, dude.
We got a 110, boys.
We put it in the Yukon.
How much?
Posted for $400, dude.
Buy it for $400. 2011
This thing's
TTR.
gonna fire tonight, dude.
We're firing it tonight. We got the little manual with it, but
Alright, see you back in the house. What's up, guys? Alright.
it's
It's been a long
110.
time coming. Got the 110, dude. Oh, crap.
Okay.
Okay, I need to tighten down the handlebars. Alright.
I swear to not clap.
2011 TTR 110. So what the deal is, it's out for like a year. Homie can't get the start. So I'm like, alright, dude. Like, dude, I think there's a lot of compression here. Check it out. Check it out.
Like, see, you can hear. Like,
She's got compression.
like here, kicking. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Plastics are off. Seats off. Well, literally the only bolts on these plastics were this one and this one on the shrouds. But we tested for spark. Has plenty of spark. So now I'm going to drain the old gas because it smells really old. And we're going to go through maybe some carb stuff because it has compression, has spark. So just fuel delivery now.
So what did we just try, Ethan? Like,
So we found that it's definitely a carb issue. Like we said it before, we tested for spark on spark, plenty of compression, but we hit it with a squirt inside the carb and it fires.
here,
So
let's give them an example.
yeah, give me an example of the two.
Hold her open.
Right there. She's open.
It'll squirt anything. Try it. I don't know. There it is.
Right, here we go. Yeah.
There she is.
Starts.
So she does start.
So now we're
Which
gonna
is
go get
kinda-
some carb cleaner, and we're gonna clean this carb.
What did we just get, Ethan?
O'Reilly Special D 2 for $5 on these carb cleaners.
Got some
Only the best.
Lucas oil and some tire shine because we have to clean my mom's car after we just stuffed a 110 in there.
All right. So the two jets were clean. They were both really dirty, so you couldn't see right through them. So we hit it with some air, some carb cleaner, and also cleaned out the bowl. And we were
See the
looking,
bowl now? Let's see the
we're
bowl.
looking real good. There we go. So
Nice.
let's put this thing back together. Guarantee that's probably why it's not starting.
Gonna give it a quick ride real quick too. So let's see. All right, guys, it's daytime, and this is what we have concluded to why this thing won't fire.
Damn.
And so where's the gasket at? Do you know?
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, so this is the carburetor gasket. It's the intake, and although it may look, semi-usable, it'll have like a gas or like an air leak, which will cause it to have a lag in the throttle, and just not getting, the airflow it needs. So what we're making is we have some gasket material, and we just traced that out, kind of tried to finish it, and we're gonna trace it out, cut it out, see if that fixes anything. So I'm right here with Ethan's help. We made this gasket, poking the holes out. It's kind of a challenge, not gonna lie, because you have to like kind of stab it, and low-key we kind of messed up. There's some super glue on it. Hope it works out, but let's go slap her on.
All right. So now we're installing that new gasket onto the carb to see if there's still any vacuum leaks.
All right, fix this gasket. Give her a startup ignitions on. Go. Should we give her a little help or no?
Huh?
Should we give her a little help?
Yeah, sure. The carb. It's right there. Wait. Ready?
Hold her open.
Ready?
Yeah. She starts. All right, put her on choke. Make sure. Okay, see if she starts. Hey, hey. That back tire's wobbly. We need to tighten her up. I don't know. Look at the back tire. She's warm. She's on run now. Alright. Dude, we need to fix that back tire. Alright, so what we did here is that we robbed a rim off this PW80. It's like a 2001 or 02. Not too sure, but due to, come on, I mean, look at this. There's so many spokes missing, and we're trying to get this thing running as fast as we can. So we're just going to slap this on. And it does fit, and they are interchangeable because, honestly, the PW80, most likely TTR110, and the 110 are very similar frames and tire sizes. They're probably the exact same. I can't just say that for sure, but what I can say is that they are similar. And so what we're going to do now is we took off the brake. We took off the sprocket. Got that going. We greased it up. We have to put this new tube because this thing does not have a tube, as you can see here. But once we do that, we'll see if it wobbles more. But if it doesn't, it should be good. I'm not too sure why that one wobbles. The rim may be bent. I'm not too sure. But I'm thinking, I don't know if this is a cause for it, but there was no spokes on it. There's like hardly any of them. But that can be a reason why it, you know, shakes and whatnot. But this one has all of them. We'll see if that fixes it. We'll just slap it on. Alright, we got this replacement rim back on. Got the brakes set up, the sprocket, and this carburetor. We haven't even turned it on since we fixed it, but here, hold it.
Can you lift it off by yourself?
It's a pity. Where's the seat?
Cool. Start her up.
So as I said, we just put the tire on, so now we're gonna go get more little bolts, put all these plastics back on, then we're gonna see how she looks. And then we have to fix this idle because it likes to choke but doesn't like it to run. So we'll have to look into that. We got the bolts, but there was a problem. Look at how these look. I'm not gonna bolt these on so that I'm gonna clean them up. So it's a cool trick to do, especially for white plastics. Simple green sprayed on there and some Scotch-Brite, and I'll show you guys how it looks after. As you guys can now see, clear improvement. They look a lot better, and now they are now fit to go onto the bike. So let's now get these bolted up, and just like that. And here it is, all plastics mounted up. Actually, for $400, it really looks nice. What do you think, Ethan?
Steel.
Steel?
Big move.
For real.
Gotta get the idle right.
So she's fine in choke. Just gave her a few up downs right now. I popped her in run and she tries to kills. The grind on this thing, but look. Dang. Alright, let's look into this idle. So now what we have here is we took off the carb once again just to see if there's anything left or anything that got caught in these jets. See, and you probably the camera can't, but can't really see through it. It's kind of dirty still. A little bit of gunk in it. Same thing with the pilot jet. So you can see a little bit, but it should be a little clearer. So we're gonna blow air out of these, put them back, and then let's see if she'll run and run. So let's get to that. So although, like you're supposed to do, spray it out with compressed air, you do still want to spray it with some carb cleaner. And the reason for this being, okay, so you blew out whatever, but there can still be some fine little bits of gunk. So you're gonna want to do that, and then once you do that, it should probably clear a little more up than it would than just air. So we're gonna do that and then put it back on the bike. Also, what I went ahead and did is the passages to where the pilot jet and the little, I don't know what the other jet's called, but whatever, you know, the little passages where the jets go, what you're gonna want to do is spray some of the carb cleaner in there. And just because you cleaned out the jets doesn't mean you cleaned out the passage. So if you clean out the passage, more likely you're gonna be solving your problem. But in that case, let's see if our problem's solved and see if she starts up first of all, and when she does, if she'll go into run after a little bit of warm. So let's slap these little things back on there, tighten this back up, and let's kick her over. Alright guys, so I put the plastics back on, and I reattached everything on the carb. The bowl is, the air filter is back on it, and I just attached it back to the intake. We're gonna start her up, see if it runs in, you know, run and not in choke. See how it goes. Here, Ethan, can you hold it?
For sure. It's in choke right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't doubt she'll run in choke.
Give her a second.
There she is.
There she is, dude.
There she is.
The $400. How many? Like, how much are we in it now? Like $5?
Yeah.
And that was just on bolts.
That was just on plastic. We didn't even really need to. But
Let's see. This is the case. See how good she idled. Hey, she's not taking off.
that is going to conclude the TTR110 Will It Run episode. And as you guys can see, for $400, this didn't take much to get going back on the road. But overall, I'm happy with this bike. If you guys want to see more of it riding, there will be a channel link in the description below where we ride, where you'll see more of this 110 getting some action, maybe getting some jumps. And we hope to go to Hollister with it pretty soon. Well, thank you guys. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next build.